What's up YouTube, Dervador the Weldor here, coming at you with a new video. It is a super cab update. I know this is what y'all wanted for when I finally decided to stop taking a break from YouTube, which wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. Had a good Thanksgiving. I got a lot done on the super cab. Got a bunch of cool stuff on the super cab. It is drivable. I can drive it. It's not fun, but I can drive it. So I'll show y'all everything, and you know, it'll be a cool
here it
video.
is, guys. 1974 F350 Super Cab. That is right. And for those of you who know all about these trucks, this is actually a 77 cab on a 74 frame. So we have the badging goes here instead of on the side of the fender. And because I'm going to dress it up like a 77, I did get the replacement 77 grill for it, the grill inserts. The 74, as you can see, is just round. The 77 has a little cutout, and it looks good. It kind of matches the theme with the 79 over there. I like this look. I like this look a lot. No, I don't have my marker lights in yet. I gotta go to the junkyard to get wires. Woo! Dump all that water into the carburetor. All right. But here we go, in the engine, 390 FE. Now, one of the problems I had with this thing was someone, for a timing issue, somebody had hooked the throttle advance to the vacuum tree back there. On the vacuum tree, you can see there's that black nipple right there. Somebody has that hooked to the vacuum advance on the distributor instead of into the carburetor. Right there. Now, the reason you want your vacuum advance on your distributor hooked into the carburetors, there's a set of valves in there that will only start applying vacuum as you open the throttle. If you hook it straight to the vacuum tree, what happens is it's always pulling vacuum on this, which is always pulling advance. This thing was so bad that it was pulling about 40 degrees of advance at idle. And then, of course, as you go to accelerate down the road, it only got worse. So I wonder how I even got this thing home. Because I did drive this thing home. Now that that's all fixed like it's supposed to be and the timing's reset and everything, it runs great. I mean, this 390 is absolutely awesome. I got new battery cables going in there. I redid some of the crappy wiring. There's still some stuff I have to button up under here, but mostly it is all put together. And if you're also a 70s Ford guru, you would know the 390, any truck with the 390 never had that air conditioning box. That's because that's a 77 air conditioning box, so this truck will have air conditioning one day. I finally put it all together. A dual diaphragm brake booster and all of that. I still got to bleed some brakes, but yeah, progress, lots of progress on this. So we got our West Coast mirrors back on. Super cab. We got our decals on. It's looking killer good right now. So the inside, somewhat interior. I kind of got a redneck way I'm going to fix this seat. I was going to pay somebody, but now I decided I'm just going to do it myself. So my redneck way of fixing this seat is going to be taking this foam, stuffing it in there, hot gluing it in place. There and there, like right here, hot gluing it in place, maybe a couple extra on top, and then getting a seat cover meant for a split bench like this. Now, the cool thing about this truck I love is you open the back right here, your back seat folds down into a big deck. And right here on this big deck, you can store tools and stuff, but mainly it's going to be for when I have to stay overnight. I can throw me a mattress back here and I have a place to stay tonight. Nice big area back here is separate from up front here. Yeah, I have spent the night in the 79 straight across the bench seat. It's not that much fun because there is a freaking shifter and a steering wheel right there. So this is going to be much nicer. I'm going to put curtains up there so I can block out the lights. Damn truck stops have so many lights now. You can't sleep unless you got curtains. New floor pans. Floor pans are in. Now, like I said, it's little here-there's. All new weather stripping. I got to button down that weather stripping. All new weather stripping and window stripping. For the doors, that is. Doors still ain't perfectly lined up. So we'll start on this side, driver's side. I've not mounted my 24-inch box under here yet. Some more wiring needs to be buttoned up. But we do have now no longer the suicide tank. That's behind the seat. This now, we have the side mount tank, as we can see right there. Some custom brackets I made. So the side mount tank sits right there, all bolted it in place and everything. We have our filler, the neck goes down, drops into our 22-gallon side mount tank. And because this side mount tank came out at 89, I had to make some adjustments. So as you can see right here, where is it? Right there, universal sending unit. And there's the original sending unit, which I'm using the return as my pickup, because it doesn't have a fuel pump in the way, which I did cut all that stuff out, so it's just that one line dropped in there. The other one I just got to plug off. So a few things I got to plug off there. I got these little button lights. You just make a 3/4 inch hole. Most of them I torch cut, and there's a boop. They just pop in. They're all LED. I'm gonna try to do everything LED on this truck. See, button lights all the way around. The 145 is gonna live on here until I buy another machine for this truck, which that's what it does. I want the truck to make me some money before I go spending. I want this truck to make me some money before I go buying another Champion Elite or a Lincoln Ranger 250. Reason I'm talking Lincoln over a Miller is because if I'm just going to get a Miller, I may as well get another Champion Elite, right? It doesn't make sense. Unless I get a Miller Trailblazer, it just doesn't make sense. However, Lincoln, you know, it's something different. It's not the same. Champion Elite, Miller Bobcat 225, 250, they're the same damn thing. So I'm just going to, if I'm not going to get a Champion Elite, I'm going to get a Lincoln and give it a shot, see how it does. I know a lot of people who are happy with their Lincolns. Also know a lot of people who are happy with their Millers. So, you know, I guess it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. But see right here, double stacked 36-inch boxes on top of each other, all painted black. Everything around here. New lights. Got new lights back here. Here's my wonderful wiring. Got my LED button lights here. These are all torch cut holes that I torch cut with the oxyacetylene and putting them in. So, yay, kudos to me. I can cut a nice 3/4 inch hole that those will fit in. A couple of them did wind up wonky. I just used some silicone and siliconed them. As you can see, this one was kind of wonky, but you know, put a little silicone in it, popped it in, it fits just fine. Auto cranes on here. Now the auto crane, I found it's got a weird thing since a 110. Now this, all this is right here, if you look at this, this is the pump and motor and reservoir. This is the same thing that you would get with a car lift. You know, like you get a car lift and for a garage it lifts up and down. This is the same thing. That is exactly what this is. I was thinking I had to replace it because I kept burning up capacitors. Well, come to find out, what actually happened was I was running on too thin and too long of an extension cord. I was running on one, you know, like that one drop right there, little orange 14 gauge. I was about 50 foot. And what was happening was it didn't have enough voltage to get it spinning fast enough. So what happened was, this is a theory, what I think happened was it kept the capacitor in the circuit for too long and burnt up the capacitor. So new capacitor's on the way. I'm gonna put it in there, and as you can see, I have it set up now. The main cord is plugged straight into the 145, no extension cords whatsoever. Now I come over here to the only box that I bought specifically for this truck, my big 48-inch Tractor Supply box. And of course, I got my Craftsman VersaStack system over here. This is for this truck. So this thing's really cool because you have these sliding drawers right here. Look at that. Talk about some freaking killer OCD right there. That is awesome as hell right there. And they got these little locks on the side. You have to push the locks in and then it slides open. Look at that right there. How nice is that? And half is on the bottom. But this VersaStack system, see, I have this, they're attached. This box right here is like a components box. This will have all my nuts and bolts and parts and stuff like that in it. That can be stuck on the top right there, and it'll be all nice and neat. So all my nuts and bolts and screws and sheet metal screws and self-tapping screws and stuff can all be in here. All my hand tools are down here. And look at that. All that room for other various stuff. And then the most genius thing on here, I don't know if I showcased it in another video, but I'm going to showcase it now. 24-inch box and a bottle drop. Because this truck is so wide, I'm able to do this. So I have a 24-inch box right here, which will have all my torch stuff in it. I'll be able to hold 2 oxygens and a acetylene and an argon back here. The reason I want to have 2 oxygens is because I'm going to need 2 oxygens for the oxygen thermal lance, or whatever you call it, for getting out for extracting seized up pins. That's something I've started to run across, taking out pins and heavy equipment. So I want to have that for when I need it. And also, you know, you pretty much run 2 oxygens to 1 acetylene bottle most of the time, so why not, right? So this will hold 4 bottles here. Not to mention I can always strap down anything else I need on the bed because there's actually room. Oh yeah, the 5th wheel hitch will be getting cut out soon because there's no freaking point. I still have the 16.5-inch rims on here. I need to take them off. I need to get new tires. That's the other thing. I really need to get new tires. So I need to get 6 new tires of the 16-inch. I have 16-inch rims over there, which are going to go on here, replacing the crappy 16.5. And that right there will be safer, and it'll bring the truck up to modern tires, and I'll be going from dinky little 27s up to 32-inch tires, which will bring the truck up some more and give it just a way cooler stance. One of the things that I still need to do here, which is not a big priority, but I do need to do, is I have a headache rack for this that was on my old F350. I want to put the headache rack on here. So I got that bar right there I can weld it to. So I got to get the square tube from the frame up like that to here, and then it sticks onto the square tube and then is welded onto it. And a headache rack, reason I want a headache rack on this truck is on multiple reasons. One is the headache rack to protect the glass from the crane. I'm not too worried about on the F-150 because the F-150 doesn't have a crane. The other thing is for hauling materials. I'm going to make headache rack goes up there, have a couple posts on either side, and then there will be a temporary drop-in holder. So basically there will be a contraption right here that will drop in and kind of comes over at a fork, and then you can slide material over it and strap it down, and it goes from piece to piece, so I can hold almost 20-foot pieces up there. It's an idea. I might not go with it for too long. My other idea is something kind of like what Noah has on his truck, a material rack right here, up and over, and then over the front of the cab. And reason for that is it will act, and it'll also be partially connected to the headache rack, but it will be a permanent thing, but also it'll kind of enclose the welding machine somewhat to protect the welding machine from that or anything else that might be on the job site as well. So it's an idea. It's kind of one of those, maybe in a year, how things are going. You know, there's still a lot more to be done, but the fact of the matter is the truck is now on the road and driving. I have no exhaust either, so that's the next thing, is exhaust and marker lights. So exhaust, front marker lights, and then cab marker lights. I'm probably here going to get my cab marker lights off of the old cab right there. Just take them off, and I got to get that antenna out. I can't figure out how to get that antenna out to go in here. I also kind of need a radio and other stupid stuff like that. Like, yeah, you don't need a radio. Nobody needs to listen to the radio while they're going down the road to a job, right? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna start it up for y'all. Keep in mind, please, that the carburetor is not perfectly tuned. I need to do a lot more work to it, but I'm probably just gonna wind up taking that one to the parts store and swapping it out for a reman. But we'll make this one work for a little while. But I will fire it up here. Been working on the choke. So you can see we turn the key. Our fuel gauge right there, that's our aftermarket fuel gauge. It goes to our tank. So that one does not work. I was driving this thing around this morning. I need to extend my shifter, so I'm going to cut it down there and weld in like a 2 or 3 inch spacer, because this right here, you go to put it in reverse and it's smacking down into the seat. That won't happen if if it sits up higher, because this is a 2-inch body lift to make the cab fit over the frame. Getting all exhausty up in here. So yeah, since there's no exhaust, it all comes up to the bottom here, so it's not exactly very safe to be driving too far right now. I got to get a new one of these, this little air switcher controller, and a new radio, because this controller is the 1 out of 74 cab, and it does not do vacuum tubes. This has vacuum tubes for all the controlling stuff in here. The original 74 cab used all wires to control everything, so they're kind of not compatible. It's not compatible with the new air system. And the original one that was in here was missing half the stuff, so I gotta probably gonna go to junkyard, see if I can pull one out of another truck there, but I kind of doubt I'm gonna find it, so I might be ordering it from somewhere. But obviously don't want to replace that radio, because there's absolutely no point in keeping that old POS radio.
So as y'all can see, made tremendous progress on the trucks here. Absolutely tremendous progress here. You can see the F350 holds the same fleet colors as my 79 F150 here, so we definitely got a fleet going on. The same decals and everything. Things are happening. This hoodie right here, you can't see the back, but the back has my company name and everything on it. All my employees got orange hoodies and orange t-shirts and stuff. You know, things are booming. We're working on the second rig. We got an auto crane. We're already talking about another big engine drive. Things are happening here. Things are going. You know, you can go back to my videos from this time last year and you can see, you know, little F-150 won't even painted. And everybody's like, oh, it looks like a piece of shit. Oh my God. You know, everybody's freaking out because, oh my God, it looks like a piece of shit. You need to get a new truck. Oh my God, it looks like such a piece of shit. Nobody's going to take you seriously because you look like a Walmart rig welder. And now here we are, second rig truck that is just completely badass right here. Things are happening. Things are getting done. It is absolutely fantastic. Just wanted to share this with you guys because I know there's a lot of people following the super cab build. I want to make sure we get an update out on that. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And you know, hit that like button, subscribe. I got lots of videos out there. I got all sorts of different stuff on my channel. Be sure to check it out. And you guys have a fantastic day.